The culmination of the Unearthed project is, of course, the sculpture. The sculpture has been designed to house an electrical substation, which sits right next to the new bus station in Hanley and in a place that will be in a prominent position in the new public realm, and of course, right next to the Victoria Hall where the Lidice Shall Live campaign began. The surface finish was very much the starting point of our ideas for the sculpture. We really wanted to involve the general public in the process of creating a piece of public artwork for their own public realm. The miners' tag concept really allowed us to do this in a big way. The idea for the sculpture is that it will not only be a monument to collective pride and remembrance, but also a manifestation of a worldwide community sharing knowledge. Another aesthetic influence for the surface of the sculpture is the geology of the coal seam itself. The strata created by layers of rock and coal was something that we wanted to reference in the design, as it hints at what lies beneath Stoke-on-Trent and also what links Stoke-on-Trent to Lidice. We experimented with samples of different surface finishes and textures of stainless steel, and then putting together different size tags in different orientations to achieve the strata effect and the effect that the strata is emerging from the ground. This is all to give the impression that, like the story, the sculpture itself is becoming unearthed. In the process of designing the shape of the sculpture, we had to consider how it would house the substation, how it would sit alongside the new bus station, and also how it would appear to be emerging from the ground to reflect our geological theme. When we were developing the sculpture, we made a series of models and sketches and eventually 3D renderings to examine the relationship between the sculpture and the space, and also between the sculpture and the viewer. We wanted to make sure that at ground level the viewer would be able to see their tag no matter where it was on the sculpture. We then went on to make technical drawings with our fabricator and some more scale models and began to plan the build. Unearthed will be a monumental sculpture. It will be 3/4 covered in over 3,000 12-inch tags, each bearing the code of people all over the world that have been moved by what Stoke-on-Trent achieved. At its highest point, the sculpture is over 6.5 metres tall, and as a final nod to the story, it points at the Victoria Hall, where the story began. At night, Unearthed will be transformed by its light feature. The light from inside the sculpture will emanate through 300 special tags that have their code cut out of them rather than etched onto them like the rest. This will make it look like a giant coal ember at night time. These codes will come from people that live here. This is the new Lidice, a place our ancestors helped make possible. The light at the top of Unearthed will be a continuous reminder that thanks to the miners of North Staffordshire and Sir Barnet Stross, Lidice really does live. Unearthed is a truly modern memorial sculpture. It celebrates what ordinary people can do when they come together for a common aim, in the past and in the present. We hope that through the creation of the sculpture, and thanks to the thousands of people that are a part of it, we can go some way to keeping the story of Lidice alive for the next generation. That would be a really incredible thing for a sculpture to achieve.